Hi, how you guys doing? Has anybody asked you lately? I hope you're doing alright. It never hurts to ask, you know? Maybe somebody's going through something out there. This isn't meant to be like exactly like a entertaining cheery up video. I just want, honestly, this is a video where last night I was going to record my next video and then I just kind of wasn't in the right headspace for it. But the deeper I thought about everything I was thinking about at the time, I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to make that a video. And here's the thing, I don't even know what I'm going to title this video because it might be a jumbled up situation of things. I don't really know yet. But basically, I just want you guys to enter my mind a little bit and not in a weird way. Just kind of want to talk, you know? It's sometimes it's nice to just talk, and I've been in a certain frame of mind recently where it's like every single time I want to say something, I'm like, ooh, I should post about it. No, I shouldn't. Never mind, because ain't nobody gonna fucking care. And that might be a very egotistical thing to say, or entitled thing to say. And I don't mean it to come off that way. I just simply mean sometimes when you don't necessarily have somebody to talk to about something in that moment, posting about it, sometimes people see it and they interact with it and maybe agree or share something from their perspective about it. That's what I mean. I'm not just looking for dry engagement on that type of shit. Anyways, that's kind of the whole idea of what this video is just some thoughts that I have basically. Somewhere about this, somewhere about social media as a whole. And I just want to talk about it, and like, you know, unlike posting about it in a thread that's like 15 different posts long, which I just wouldn't do in general because I'm no longer using Twitter or Blue Sky like that anymore. In fact, I'm off of both of them now because it has to do with the interaction aspects of it. I'm no longer getting that. And then with Twitter, there's also doom scrolling is just so bad on there. It's like so much negativity. Here's something that's kind of crazy in regards to Twitter. So I haven't posted on Twitter for like 2 weeks, and then I go on there like occasionally because some friends do DM me with stuff. So I go on there for that, maybe just see if there's anything that immediately pops up on the timeline, you know, to see if it's news or something I probably wouldn't have seen on Blue Sky because Blue Sky is kind of bad with news in general. I go on Twitter not like this morning, maybe an hour after I wake up because I was doing some other stuff. I see a post from Dexerto, and it was about that YouTube channel that he's deciding he's stepping away because his channel's gotten really big, and he just wants to spend more time with his family and such. And he wants to help his kids who also want to be YouTubers with their stuff instead of continuing with his own thing. And honestly, very admirable. But I went into the replies of that shit, and it just screams why Twitter is such a horrible place, because all it is people saying, oh, I heard and I mean, by the way, there are like community notes saying there's no basis for this, there's no evidence to support this. And then there was something else that was like he was someone else replying, he was to his wife or some shit, or his kids, I don't know. But like thinking of it's just so bad. Social media, man, it's getting so bad out here. I see that, and I'm like, I made a good decision in trying to stay away from this. And here's the thing, I can tell myself as much as I want that it's like, oh, I'm staying away from this, I'm bettering myself, but I always, for some stupid flip of a switch reason, I always come back. And I know I do. And I've done it like 3 times. I mentioned leaving Twitter last year in a video, and then I ended up coming back to it like a week later. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna change certain things, but then I just fell right back into what I was doing previously. It's not healthy. This time, I'm for real trying to just not be on. Well, first of all, I'm not touch Twitter anymore. Like, I don't know how I'm necessarily gonna get the news that I want, but I'll find a way, hopefully. And if not, maybe I'll figure it out through YouTube or something. I don't know. But it's tragic seeing the state of Twitter. And it literally comes down to one thing. and that one thing, it annoys me because it was such a glaringly obvious flawed system to implement, and that is getting paid for being a piece of shit, basically, or saying shit that would annoy people, rage baiting, basically. But I mean, even then, it's like people in replies, they'll put the most generic stuff. I'll say this with the fact, blue checkmark shit on Twitter has completely like ruined replies on Twitter. Completely. It's not even worth looking at replies anymore for 90% of posts, or at least 90% of popular posts. Like, it doesn't feel that way so much with like people you know or like random accounts, but like, you know, those accounts, you will always see the most either generic shit, or it's rage baity, or just you know what I mean. If you've been on Twitter at all in the last like year and a half, you know what I'm talking about. It irks me to my core, but it's just like the best way you can deal with it is just by leaving. And I did. Part of the reason I like, something I knew was going to be the feeling when I dropped both platforms is basically I'm making myself even more of a loner. I feel like that's necessary to better myself a little bit, just because when I'm not and I'm on these platforms, I'm sort of devolving into something I don't want to be, and being a loner is just a better outcome of that. Plus, it's also like I sort of want to go back to what my brain was like back in I don't know, pre 2020, like before I started being on Twitter consistently, because before that was the case, I only realized this like a couple days ago actually. I forgot that when I used to not like be active on social media like that, the thing I was doing when it came to like me being momentarily bored and just doing something random, which was like Twitter, I was playing mobile games. I didn't even realize that until recently. And the reason I realized that is because Marvel Contest of Champions went on PC, and I've been playing that, and that's what I've been doing when I was bored, and it just triggered all those memories. I'm like, oh, that's what I was doing when it came to all that stuff. And I'm like, you know what? As much as it low-key feels weird and kind of sucks to do that, far better than being on Twitter. So I'm game to, if it satisfies that like brain, oh boy, I might jumping into mobile games. And I'm not actually like heavily doing it. I'm not gonna play anything. Well, I've been playing, I started playing a little COD Mobile today, but that's about it in that department. But yeah, mainly I'm just gonna be playing Contest of Champions and like getting better. Also, if you also got Marvel Contest of Champions on PC recently, join my guild. I'm not even kidding, it's called F David Zaslav. So feel free to join. Another thing I wanted to talk about was I just want to talk about my channel for a second. This does have to do a little bit with like other social media like Twitter and Blue Sky, but like one of the things that is now my goal, I am trying to stray away from my friends being my only viewers. And here's the thing, I appreciate that so much when friends of mine watch my videos and support me. Again, it means the world, but it's sort of not helping with me going away from Twitter and all that bullshit. And here's why. When I feel like I am finally actually creating videos for an audience and such, and that audience is not at all associated with Twitter, Blue Sky, and whatever the case may be, that'll finally feel like I'm cutting ties with those social medias in a way. Well, for the most part, the people who I know enjoy my videos on the regular are only friends of mine. I don't know of any like other viewers are currently subscribed that you guys would just simply not be commenting on my videos and such, so I wouldn't know you existed in general. But I don't know of an audience outside of my friends that exists for this channel. I do know that people have subscribed that aren't people that I know, but I don't know if any of you are like consistent viewers of the channel. I'm not saying please make yourself known. I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying I will look forward to the day when that happens, to where I know that more of my audience is people that I don't know versus people that are my friends that are supporting me watching my videos. And again, don't misconstrue this. I greatly appreciate those people. It means so much to me. And it also kind of comes down to a whole situation of where when it comes to my friends who have subscribed to my channel and watch my videos, those are like, they watch them on occasion because there'll be something occasionally they like. I am hoping to build to the point where it is viewers who basically enjoy all my videos no matter what I'm reacting to, playing in general. And I don't think that exists yet, but I really look forward to the day when it does, because I feel like that'll be very gratifying for me. I don't think I'll be making like more friends on social media, if I'm being honest. I might make a few through YouTube. I don't know yet. It depends on the course, you know, but I think I've made all the friends I'm going to make through like Twitter and Blue Sky and such. It's like slim to none. Like it's like 5 people in total that I'm like properly friends with, but I almost don't want to make an effort to try and make more, because that again will put me back into the position that I was literally explaining earlier, that I just don't want to be on social media like that anymore. I'm just more or less trying to get used to being this lonely ass man now, which it kind of sucks, but it's probably for the best, to be honest. Something I do want to mention, don't worry, my next video will be Infamous Part 3. That was gonna be the video I recorded last night, but I didn't, because I wasn't, again, like I said, I wasn't really in a great headspace to do that, and it was getting later and later, and by the time I'm like, I might be ready, it was like 2 a.m, so I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. But the next video should be that. I was gonna spend today editing that, but you know, just didn't happen, and I decided to go for this video. This is sort of a general thing I want to discuss, kind of from earlier, but like, are y'all good? Like, oh my gosh, social media has fucking everything's built to just end up being toxic, I swear. I'll say this, I never want to form an opinion for you guys on anything, and I simply want to make videos that entertain you guys, and that is like my main thing that I am working on. I am trying to get better at making entertaining videos, and it is a process. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think my videos were of like even decent quality until maybe September-ish of last year, maybe, if I recall correctly. It's something I'm gradually working on. And it's crazy because it took about a year and a half of me after I got my PC in order to like actually be making decent quality. It was definitely rough at the start, but I'm gradually getting better. I'm definitely more liking the videos I'm making now, simply because I look back at the final product and I'm like, I think that this will entertain somebody, which is always my goal. I always want to like look back through my final product and be like, yo, I think that this will make somebody's day maybe a little bit better, and that's always the goal. I don't have any other intentions behind it. I'm gonna say this now. I do not want to be a famous YouTuber. That's just not something, that's not a goal of mine. I would much rather just have a small community that likes and watches my videos, and if that community grows bit by bit, that's great. I just want to build an audience, and I'll be happy when the day comes where I have at least an audience, because right now, like I said, it's mainly just friends of mine watching my videos. I'll be happy to grow out of that, and then my friends are still watching my videos. Is that just, I mean, hey, my friends are sticking around for more than like a video on occasion. That is great, because that tells me that they genuinely enjoy my content. Because typically speaking, when it's like a friend watching your video, they're watching it to support you, and they may not be a huge fan of that content you're making, but they're there to support you regardless on your journey, which I means a lot. Well, for the people that do that, it means a lot still that you are willing to watch just to support. But if you are genuinely enjoying, that adds a whole nother level to it of just, that's amazing. That tells me more that I'm doing something right in a way. This is a 30-minute recording, so I'm gonna end my rambling here. I hope I sort of edit this down to get my thoughts more concise. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing okay. And my next video, I'm gonna try to get my next video out on Monday. We'll see if that happens. Stay good. I don't know. I hope you guys are doing all right though. That's my main priority. Hope you guys are doing well, and hope you guys are looking forward to seeing more content from me or something. I don't know. See ya.